As a massive wrestling fan, I couldn't help but dive headfirst into the classic world of Wrestlemania for the NES. Released in 1989, this game embodies a nostalgic time in wrestling history, and playing it was like taking a time machine back to the heyday of the WWE. From the moment I fired up the game, the iconic 8-bit theme music greeted me, sending shivers of excitement down my spine. Wrestlemania for NES delivers a nostalgic auditory experience that immerses players in the vibrant atmosphere of the wrestling world of the late 1980s. The game's audio may be limited by the hardware of the time, but it manages to capture the energy, excitement, and personalities that define that era of professional wrestling. The familiar tune instantly transports players back to the grandeur of WrestleMania events, and its repetitive, catchy melody sticks with you long after you've put down the controller. It's a simple yet effective composition that becomes an integral part of the overall experience. Each wrestler's entrance is accompanied by a distinctive theme that attempts to capture their unique persona. While the NES's audio capabilities are modest, the developers managed to create melodies that bear a resemblance to the actual themes of the wrestlers. The 8-bit rendition of Hulk Hogan's Real American or Macho Man Randy Savage's entrance music evoke a sense of nostalgia, instantly invoking memories of their real-life counterparts. During the matches, the sound effects play a pivotal role in enhancing the sense of immersion. Punches, kicks, and slams are accompanied by satisfying thuds and smacks, making each move feel impactful. The grunts and groans of the wrestlers further add to the authenticity, as you can almost feel the exertion and struggle of the match. The audience's cheers and boos provide an auditory backdrop that simulates the presence of a live crowd. The NES's limitations do prevent the crowd noise from being as dynamic as in modern games, but the simple roars of excitement and disapproval contribute to the game's atmosphere. Voice samples are another noteworthy aspect of the audio. Though limited in number and quality, the inclusion of digitized voice clips during certain moves adds a layer of authenticity. Hearing the referee's count, or a wrestler's shout during a particularly powerful move, is a small but effective touch that enhances the overall experience. In the context of its time, WrestleMania's audio is a remarkable achievement. It manages to capture the essence of the wrestling events it seeks to emulate, despite the hardware's limitations. The 8-bit tunes, simple sound effects, and voice clips contribute to the game's nostalgic appeal, making it a time capsule of the audio experience during the late 1980s. Well, the roster might have been limited compared to today's expansive wrestling titles, but seeing the pixelated versions of legends like Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant, and Macho Man Randy Savage was an absolute treat. What the roster lacks in numbers, it more than makes up for in iconic characters that defined an era. The game's roster is a nostalgic trip down memory lane, featuring legendary figures that continue to resonate with wrestling fans. Leading the pack of that roster is none other than Hulk Hogan, the face of professional wrestling during that era. Hogan's presence in the game serves as a centerpiece, embodying the larger-than-life aura that captivated fans worldwide. Andre the Giant, with his towering stature and unforgettable presence, stands as Hogan's formidable opponent. The game's portrayal of Andre captures his essence, from his massive frame to his distinct wrestling style. Facing off against him is an experience that invokes the legendary matches of the past. Macho Man Randy Savage, known for his flamboyant personality and high-flying maneuvers, adds another layer of excitement to the roster. His inclusion brings a unique energy to matches, as players can attempt his signature elbow drop from the top rope, capturing the essence of his daredevil spirit. The Ultimate Warrior, known for his frenetic energy and intense ring entrance, rounds out the roster. His lightning-fast offense and charismatic presence make him a dynamic addition to the lineup, perfectly encapsulating the spirit of his real-life counterpart. Each wrestler's inclusion in WrestleMania carries weight due to their status as wrestling legends. Limitations of the NES hardware prevent a more expansive roster, but the characters that did make the cut are unforgettable, representing a time when wrestling was as much about personality as it was about athleticism. The game's graphics might be basic by modern standards, but they capture the essence of these iconic wrestlers remarkably well. WrestleMania is a testament to the era when pixel art ruled the gaming landscape, and its graphics serve as a fascinating time capsule of that era. The game's visuals might seem simplistic by today's standards, but they possess a unique charm that transports players back to a time when 8-bit graphics were at the forefront of gaming technology. The character sprites in Wrestlemania are instantly recognizable representations of iconic wrestlers like Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant, and Macho Man Randy Savage. Each wrestler is rendered with a limited number of pixels, yet the developers managed to capture their distinctive features and signature poses remarkably well. Hulk Hogan's trademark mustache, Andre the Giant's towering presence, and Macho Man Randy Savage's flamboyant persona are all portrayed with a level of detail that belies the game's technical constraints. The wrestling arenas, while not highly detailed, effectively set the stage for the matches. The crowd, though consisting of simple blocky shapes, conveys a sense of energy and excitement that mirrors the atmosphere of a live wrestling event. The vibrant colors used throughout the game add a touch of vibrancy to the proceedings, enhancing the overall visual experience. One of the standout features of Wrestlemania's graphics is the animations during matches. The characters move and execute their signature moves in a surprisingly fluid manner given the limitations of the hardware. Whether it's Hulk Hogan delivering his leg drop, or Macho Man Randy Savage performing his elbow drop from the top rope, the animations capture the essence of each wrestler's style and flair. Wrestlemania's visuals succeed in conveying the essence of professional wrestling during that era. The nostalgia factor plays a significant role in the game's appeal, as it provides a glimpse into a time when imagination and creativity were paramount in gaming. The gameplay, though simple, is a true test of timing and strategy. Each wrestler has their signature moves, and executing them at the right moment adds a layer of authenticity to the experience. Countering your opponent's moves with well-timed button presses is as satisfying as it is challenging, and it perfectly captures the essence of wrestling psychology, a mix of showmanship and tactical decision-making. Wrestlemania for NES takes players on a journey back to the days when wrestling video games were characterized by simple mechanics and button-mashing excitement. The gameplay of this classic title might appear rudimentary compared to today's sophisticated wrestling simulations, but it possesses a unique charm that captures the essence of the sport and the era. At its core, Wrestlemania's gameplay revolves around mastering basic controls and timing to execute moves, grapples, and strikes. The simplicity of the control scheme is both a strength and a limitation. On one hand, it's easy for players of all ages and skill levels to jump into the action. On the other hand, the lack of depth in movesets and tactics can make matches feel somewhat repetitive after extended play. Each wrestler boasts a set of signature moves, adding an element of authenticity to the experience. Timing is crucial, as executing the right move at the right moment can lead to satisfying results. Pulling off Hulk Hogan's big boot or slamming your opponent as Andre the Giant evokes a sense of accomplishment, especially in the context of the game's 8-bit environment. One of the more engaging aspects of the gameplay is the grapple system. Grappling with your opponent triggers a button-mashing minigame, where both players strive to fill up a meter to gain an advantage. This mechanic adds a layer of strategy and excitement, mirroring the intensity of wrestling matches where power struggles and momentum shifts are common occurrences. The single-player mode consists of a series of matches leading up to the championship bout, each progressively more challenging. While this provides a sense of progression, the limited variety of opponents and moves can lead to a feeling of repetition. However, this setup caters to the era's arcade-style gaming, where quick matches and high scores were the norm. Wrestlemania truly shines in its two-player mode, where friends can go head-to-head in intense wrestling showdowns. The competitive spirit, combined with the simple controls, results in engaging multiplayer matches that often lead to both laughter and frustration. In retrospect, Wrestlemania's gameplay might seem basic, but it encapsulates the charm of a time when games were designed to be accessible and enjoyable for everyone. While modern wrestling games offer intricate movesets, detailed career modes, and lifelike graphics, Wrestlemania harkens back to a simpler time in gaming history. Its appeal lies in its ability to evoke nostalgia and capture the essence of wrestling's larger-than-life characters and dramatic moments. The championship mode allows you to guide your chosen wrestler through a series of matches to ultimately win the coveted belt. The difficulty ramps up with each opponent, providing a sense of progression that keeps you hooked. It's a true test of skill, and victory doesn't come easy, but that only makes the triumphs even more rewarding. One of the game's highlights is the 2-player mode, where you can go head-to-head with a friend. The intense battles, filled with grapples, throws, and signature moves, are a blast. The competitive spirit of outwitting your friend and landing that perfect finishing move creates memorable moments that are talked about for years. Wrestlemania for NES captures the essence of arcade-style gaming with a blend of simplicity and addictive gameplay, ensuring that players will find themselves revisiting the ring time and time again. The game's replayability is a testament to its engaging mechanics and the enduring appeal of classic wrestling action. The game's simple controls and straightforward mechanics make it easy to pick up and play, which is a hallmark of classic arcade games. This accessibility ensures that players can jump into a match for a quick gaming session without the need for extensive tutorials or complex strategies. The short match durations are ideal for quick gaming breaks, making Wrestlemania a perfect choice for those moments when you're looking for a dose of retro gaming action. While the roster and movesets may lack the depth of modern wrestling titles, the charm of Wrestlemania lies in its ability to evoke nostalgia and recreate the excitement of the 1980s wrestling scene. This nostalgic appeal encourages players to revisit the game to experience the thrill of controlling legendary wrestlers in pixelated bouts that pay homage to wrestling's golden era. Additionally, the competitive nature of the game, coupled with the desire to improve and conquer tougher opponents, serves as a driving force for replayability. Players can challenge themselves to master the timing of moves, perfect their counters, and develop strategies to defeat opponents efficiently. While Wrestlemania for NES is undeniably a product of its time, it offers a charming and authentic wrestling experience that pays homage to the golden era of the sport. Its limitations in terms of graphics and roster are easily overshadowed by the passion and excitement it brings to the table. For a massive wrestling fan like me, playing this game is not just a trip down memory lane, it's a celebration of the passion and history that makes professional wrestling such a beloved phenomenon. In an age of hyper-realistic graphics and complex gameplay mechanics, revisiting Wrestlemania for NES is a reminder that the heart and soul of wrestling lie in the stories, characters, and the thrill of the match. It's a game that captures the essence of wrestling and serves as a time capsule of an era that will forever hold a special place in the hearts of wrestling fans worldwide.